Hello, everyone. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome to Reggae Boyz Commentary. This is another video on this channel where we come together to discuss everything relating to Jamaican football. This is your hub of everything relating to Jamaican football, Reggae Boyz Commentary. It's another video, another opportunity for you all to express your views and share your insight into your thoughts about the national team, whether it's the senior team, the junior team, Jamaican football in general. You know you have the ability to leave your comments in below and let me know exactly what you think about the situation. Now, in this video in particular, I'm going to take things from a slightly different perspective. What I'm going to do is take different quotes from what England manager Gareth Southgate has said regarding the future of English football and see which potential player of Jamaican heritage he could be calling up or could make the plane to Qatar with the World Cup next year. So just to catch up everybody so far as to how things have been going for England, you could say the last 3 years have been, although there has been some disappointment, England fans would not be, you could say, unhappy, especially with what happened in the decades prior to now. Because, or put it this way, in 2021, England did not lose a single game in 90 minutes. This is something that they have not replicated in pretty much a decade. 2011, I believe, was the last time that this happened. Up to the European Championship final, everything was just glorious. Yes, the Scotland game had its fair share of challenges and so on and so forth, but the tactics and the pragmatic approach that persons may say, it almost worked. You know, it was a penalty shootout away from being European champions. So there certainly is something that is building for England. And credit has to be given to the coaching staff and I suppose the players as well for being able to execute the performances that they did, getting past Germany for the first time in a tournament since '66. Also getting to back-to-back tournament semi-finals in succession. And of course, getting to a final, which England has not done since 1966. And of course, that disappointment, as we know. But in qualifying, it was relatively straightforward. Of course, there were a clamor, especially from the press, regarding to play all the attacking guns. The attacking guns played at home against Hungary, and it ended 1-1. So it shows that balance is necessary. And as Gareth Southgate has said, you need to have, it's not fantasy football you're playing. So you need to have that sort of fluency and that sort of balance into how you play. So England have qualified for the World Cup and they will be in Qatar next year. But prior to the World Cup, they will be playing in the UEFA Nations League. And Gareth Southgate has said, especially after signing his new contract, that he will be looking at new players. He will be looking at new players. So we can expect to see a couple of players making their debut, just like some of them did throughout the course of qualifying, like Conor Gallagher, for example. I do expect England to give, honestly, between now and the World Cup, I personally expect Gareth Southgate to give 10 players their debut. And a handful of them, to be quite frank with you, are persons of Jamaican heritage. And they're players that I have in England's World Cup squad, that in my predicted World Cup squad, that's, well, they won't make their debut in the tournament, but new faces. So what I'm going to do for you right now is show you my predicted England squad for the 2022 FIFA World Cup. As we know, the World Cup is a year from now. A lot can change. A lot can happen. But this is my, Simon Preston's, predicted England World Cup squad for Qatar. So I want to show you, and you all can let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I have Jordan Pickford. This would be his third tournament for England. Kyle Walker, Luke Shaw, John Stones, Harry Maguire, Declan Rice, Jack Grealish, Calvin Phillips, Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, Marcus Rashford. So those are 11 players right there that were part of the squad that went to the European Championships earlier this year that finished runners-up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of those 11 were at the World Cup in Russia. I have Mason Greenwood in the team. Of course, Mason Greenwood, as we know, was born to a Jamaican father. Although he has one cap for England and has not been called up since that Iceland situation in the European UEFA Nations League, I fully expect him to be an England international. Honestly, I still have it at 0.01% chance for Mason Greenwood to don as a reggae boy. Although it would be an absolute dream to see this happen, I just don't see this as a reality, honestly. So that's why I have it in this sort of index. This is what I have viewed in this sort of way. Completing the squad, I have Dean Henderson, Kieran Trippier, as you all know, was born to a Jamaican father. Jude Bellingham, believe it's Kititian roots that he has. Phil Foden, Emil Smith Rowe, we know the paternal Jamaican grandfather. Joe Gilhart. Let me tell you guys something. If this guy stays grounded, this is the next Wayne Rooney. Honestly, give him 2 more seasons at Leeds United, and I promise you, he's going to create some waves. Joe Gilhart. Cole Palmer, born to a father from St. Kitts and Nevis. Yeah, Cole Palmer makes the England World Cup squad for me. Bukayo Saka, Reece James, we know him and his sister, born to Jamaican grandparents. Jordan Henderson, Aaron Ramsdale, Tyrone Mings. Tyrone Mings, as we know, is Barbados. Mason Mount, and completing the squad, Ben Godfrey. Yeah, because England are going to need a central defensive option. So Ben Godfrey makes it 23, and of course, as we know, Ben Godfrey has Jamaican roots. But what about potential call-ups during this time? Potential new faces that England will be looking to add to the pool. Well, Gareth Southgate has said that there are players from the England under-21s team that he'll be looking to matriculate into the first team. Now, I think that is clear, straightforward, and to the point. And from that sort of message, I think you can be able to get a bit of insight as to what he's thinking. He's not only thinking about Qatar 2022, but also Germany 2024 for the European Championships, and beyond USA, Canada, Mexico 2026. So it's definitely something that we should be paying close attention to. And the names that, although he has not said specifically, these are the names, hints have been given, which is why I have these individuals that could be added to England's player pool. Moving on, Mason Holgate, because he's spoken about adding depth in central defense. Mason Holgate, yes, can play right back. He can play left back, but central defense. So that's why I've added him there. Ivan Toney, although he has not spoken publicly about Ivan Toney, he will always be looking to have another option. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has gone off the ball a little bit, and we know what happened with England at the European Championships as it relates to penalties. And there was a big statement made by Brentford's coach that Ivan Toney is the best penalty taker in all of England. And that message has reached the ears of Gareth Southgate. So just don't be surprised, honestly. Reece Nelson, as we know, Jamaican grandmother. He could be get an England cap. It's a possibility. Morgan Gibbs-White at Wolves, a midfielder that won the Under-17 FIFA World Cup a couple of years ago, 2017 in India, and Tariq Mitchell. Now, here's the situation with Tariq Mitchell. Plays for Crystal Palace. Gareth Southgate is a former Palace player. Although he was not born and raised in South London, he has close connections with Crystal Palace, and he has been keeping a close eye and has kept tabs on Tariq Mitchell. So, personally, of these 5 names, I just think in the new year, even if it's the March window, I think it would be essential to add Tariq Mitchell to the pool. And I personally think it would be a world of good if Mason Holgate is added to the pool. I'm not saying that he should be starting at central defense, not at all. But adding him to the pool would certainly make a massive difference. Honestly, I don't see any reason why England would not be able to replicate what they did in Russia 3 years ago with the squad that I've predicted. I personally feel that if England avoids a Brazil and Argentina, then a semi-final appearance is definitely possible. How will they adapt to the heat of Qatar? Well, Gareth Southgate has spoken about finding a base, a training camp, and ensuring that there's a triangle in a sense. So, is this a triangle? Is this a triangle? I'm trying to figure out how to make a triangle. There's 3 points, yeah? Triangle. There we go. Yeah, a triangle. So up here, where my 2 index fingers are, it's the airport. All right. Let me draw it. And he says, this is the case for all successful teams in major tournaments. And this is scientifically proven. All right. So as you know, as it relates to a triangle, you have 3 points, yeah? And he says the important thing when you have that triangle is 3 locations that are key. The airport, the hotel, and the stadium/training venue. Now, it's been proven, especially post-Brazil 1970, Mexico 1970. It was hosted in Mexico, but won by Brazil. It's been scientifically proven that teams that have, if not the least, the second least amount of travel between these 3 venues ends up being successful. Success meaning winning the trophy or going deep runs in the competition. So what England is trying to do is ensure that there's minimal travel time on the bus between the airport, the hotel, or the stadium and training site, so that it's very, very short. It's something that the Reggae Boyz will have to do as well moving forward if we want to be successful, say, winning a Gold Cup in 2023. But that is for another video. Reggae Boyz fans, what are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you would like me to do a video like this for the German national team and the Netherlands national team in terms of the Jamaican players of Jamaican heritage that they could cap in the new year, Louis van Gaal and Hansi Flick, if you'd like me to do that as well, well, just let me know your thoughts in the comments below and I'll work on that sort of video as well for you guys. Do you agree with the sort of Jamaican heritage players that could get a cap for England next year? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe.